Amen.
Hey, everybody. Sorry for the delay. Thanks for coming. My name's Lori Cashy. I'm the 2025 Global Chair for Realtor Association of Sarasota and Manatee. And you all probably know Anita is going to be co-hosting today with me. We also have some sponsors for Global this year, which is super exciting. And Colonial Mortgage is one of them. Today we have Ed and Tracy Tinnitus here with us, and they're going to tell us a little bit about their company and what they can do for all of us. So Tracy and Ed, come on up.
Hi, everyone. Is this on? Hi, everyone. Is this on?
No. Denise, it isn't working.
Hello? Hello? Okay.
Oh, okay.
Hi, I'm Tracy with Colonial Mortgage. Nice to meet you all. We're so excited to be the mortgage sponsor this year for Global Business Committee. Just so you know a little bit about our business. We started the business in 1998 locally here in town. So we've been 27 years helping people throughout the state of Florida with their mortgage financing. So it's myself and my husband, Ed. And we have Luz that works with us now as well. And Luz is Spanish speaking. So we're able to help any of your borrowers that may speak Spanish. So as mortgage brokers, we have multiple lenders that we work with on a daily basis that are experts at what they do. With that, we're able to help clients with whatever their financing needs may be. So with Global Business, we're able to help clients with I-10 loans if they live locally in the US and they have an identification number, or else if they live out of the country and work out of the country, we can help them with foreign national loans. So we have lots of different products, all different criteria for that. So please come and see us so we can share those details with you for each client and how we can help. But we are the only point of contact from start to finish. And we like to really make a good connection with our realtors and their clients. So anything we can do to help, we would love to help out with any questions and concerns you might have.
And you guys will have an opportunity to speak with all of the sponsors during the networking. We have an hour of wine and cheese afterwards, and you'll have that chance. So if you have any questions for Tracy at that time, thanks, Tracy. Appreciate it. Okay, so I think first of all, our first guest today, Anita, is actually going to speak with, and she's going to announce. So we do have several guests from Dubai. This guest is from Florida, from Miami. Okay. And Anita, go ahead. Okay. Oh, actually, yeah, we did want to just announce also the other sponsors for Global this year. So we have Eva from Money Corp. Everybody knows Eva. She's here today. Eva, thank you, Eva. We also have Nina Mills, from HBI, and they offer tax services. So we also have Steve Bell from there as well today. And we have the Raism Diversity Committee is here today. So they aren't actually a sponsor, but they are a new committee. We're really excited to have them here. So please talk to them afterwards. Stellar, I want to mention Stellar MLS is also a sponsor this year. However, they couldn't be here today. So with that, Anita, okay. Let's talk to who's coming up first.
So I'll tell Stellar that we thank them for being a sponsor this year because I'll be going up to Orlando to see them tomorrow.
Fantastic.
So meanwhile, we would love to introduce our first speaker here today, Surelis Yanis from Miami. Surelis is our Chief Ambassador for IPS, which is the International Property Show in Dubai, of which most of you, I'm sure, have already heard. And Surelis comes to us also via Women's Council of Realtors. She is a 2025 District Vice President, and she also is the past local network president for Miami-Dade. And I'm sure you have many other letters under your name, of which I don't have any recollection right now, but we wanted to welcome you, Surelis, and please go ahead with your presentation, and we will have some other questions as well.
Good afternoon, Sarasota Realtors. Thank you for the opportunity to give you guys a glimpse of the exciting news that Women's Council of Realtors Miami has partnered with IPS, and we will take over a one-day women empowerment. So this is very exciting for us, and for us to be able to share. I want to thank you wholeheartedly. So without any delays, I'm gonna go ahead and I have a PowerPoint, and then if there are any other additional questions, I'll go ahead and answer those. I'm starting to share. Can you see? I'm not too technical, so
We still see you. Oops.
are you seeing the presentation?
No, not yet.
Okay, give me a second.
Surelis, it's a green, there you go.
There you go.
So the International Property Showcase will be taking place this year, April 14th through the 16th, and the Women Empowerment Day will be April 15th. This is a short clip video of what it entails.
Get ready for the 21st edition of the International Property Show, IPS 2025, the Middle East's biggest real estate event. For 3 days, top developers, investors, and professionals will gather to showcase projects, discover opportunities, and shape the future of the industry. Explore our new pillars, future cities, design, services, and prop tech startups. Join us from April 14th, 16 at the Dubai World Trade Center. Be part of the future of real estate at IPS 2025.
All right, so that was a little glimpse of what's in store.
Get ready for the
So this is the 21st edition. I'm gonna go ahead and present first of what the International Property Showcase is about before going on to the Women's Council of Realtors and Women Empowerment Day, in case that many of you in attendance have not ever been to an International Property Showcase. But this is a conference that's global and it brings everyone together. It brings partnerships from developers to investors to startups and so forth, and a lot of traffic of agents and opportunities. The pillars that International Property Showcase Dubai focuses on real estate, the future cities, startup prop tech, services, and design. They will also have an institutional conference and an investors zone, an IPS women, investment destination presentations, MOU, Memorandum of Understanding between countries and organizations, startup of prop tech pitch competition. They also have, as a side, a gala award dinner where they recognize the partners that are contributing to this big collaboration. They also have an IPS studio and also additionally a desert safari excursion. Some of the countries that you're expected to see are going to be coming from Southeast Asia to Pakistan, Egypt, Africa, India, Turkey, South America, Europe, North America, and obviously the United States. If you're interested in exhibiting your company or yourself, there are opportunities within the Women's Council Pavilion and outside, depending on your needs and the space. And if you are interested, then that will give you another opportunities to network with the rest of the partners. If you are attending, they will give you templates to promote yourself before the event. They're gonna be recording throughout the entire 3 days. So you might be caught on camera and they'll release that video, that footage, and they'll collaborate. So these are some of the tools that they're offering as part of the branding for yourself, as well as the International Property Showcase. These are several videos and all of them have their own niche, and those could be given to you at the time that you register and you confirm that you're logged in.
design that
I'm not gonna go through all of them because they're all different, but they're just branded videos that they are available for you once you confirm you're attending. Once you go ahead and register, you will select how you are coming. If you're coming through the Women's Council of Realtors channel, our recommendation is to put IPS Women and then put the Women's Council of Realtors, because that will give you access to our pavilion. This is a delegate package through their approved agency. I could go ahead and share those templates with the association after, so they could provide it to all the attendees. But basically, it has the contact number, the email, and special pricing depending on the time of the year that you finalize your booking. If you're planning on doing it on your own, they have partnered with the Emirates airline, and they have a special code, and that special code will give you a discount. Also, Emirates has on their website what they call an Emirates experience, where you could do the hotel and the flight for a discounted pricing. And they do have the hotels on site, which is Novotel. So some of the recommended hotels are Ibis, Novotel, the apartments in Dubai, the Rove Trade Center, Fairmont Dubai, Sheraton, the H Dubai. These are all very close in proximity to the downtown center where the conference is taking place. Now, what does Dubai offer in addition to the conference? The Burj Khalifa, the Dubai Mall and Fountain, Palm Jumeirah, the Desert Safari, the Marina, and there's so much to do that you're just the problem will be what to do on the time that you're there. And our suggestion is honestly to be able to be there for at least a week, because one day going in and one day returning, you're gonna lose out on the travel. Then the 3 days conference, and you obviously want to immerse yourself into the culture of the country. The collaborating goals with the Women's Council of Realtor, which is our first time partnering with International Property Showcase, is to empower women in leadership globally. Also to expand our network, to educate and business development the realtors in attendance, to brand elevate yourself and your visibility, and also to collaborate with the International Property Showcase leadership team. These are some of the members or our entire team for the committee, and we have Anita. She humbly serves and has been a great component and help in supportive of this initiative this year. So these are all the familiar faces. We will turn over the PowerPoint that if you want to get to know and be put into the list of the Women's Council, you could just reach out to all of us. Also, we are on Instagram on WCR Miami, and you could follow us and you could see the updates and the Zoom meetings that we will have. These are our first confirmed speaker line. We have our national president, Madam Tammy Noel Adams. We also have collaboration with AMSI, which is the Women's Council Realtors version in Spain and Europe. And we're gonna have Gabriela, which she is the national vice president. Myself, we have councilwoman, we have a variety because it is going to be an encompassing day. So it won't just be real estate. It will be an entire encompassing of topics. And we're also going to have workshops on our pavilion where we're going to talk about Florida, investing in Florida, and also getting to know more about their culture. We also have a network reception hour, and that will be on April 15th, and that will be free to all of our members. This is the pavilion that we're going to be having, and we're going to be hosting, and everyone is welcome to come by. And then if you're a Women's Council of Realtors member, you're also able to do more networking, since a lot of us are coming from all over the US. And this is our QR code for you guys that are interested to scan it and get to know more about our mission. This will take you directly to our landing page, which has a pavilion kiosk opportunity for 1,500, which you get to showcase yourself or your company. And it also is going to give you the Desert safari to register, the gala dinner, and also the opportunity to be in our group for that reception that we'll be having. So this is my presentation.
I'd like to ask the group here, how many of you are Women's Council members? Okay, so we have a good amount in here that are, anybody signed up to go to IPS yet? I know Anita is for
Yep.
sure. So she's the first, but as Surelis did mention, so if you are a member, you do get free admission then to the IPS,
That's right.
which is awesome.
That is.
Okay, so this is just another reason to sign up for Women's Council.
That's right. So, and I believe today, Surelis just mentioned to me that actually IPS is wanting to sponsor the delegate fee for all attendees to encourage more attendance and for people to benefit from this international property show. So is that right, Surelis, that all delegate fees are being
Yeah, all
sponsored?
delegate fees are being waived. They want to make it bigger this year. They want it to be very successful and very empowering. And they understand us. They know that we're going there. We're going to invest our time and our knowledge to network. And they want everyone globally to be there on the place to be.
So I don't understand that. Does
Thank-
that mean even if you're not a Women's Council member, you're still getting in for free?
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
That was just announced.
Nice, thank
Yeah,
you. That's
yeah.
great.
So, Surelis, would you tell us a little bit about the history of IPS and Dawood's vision and strategy, and also how long Miami's been involved and how YPN was involved, and tell us all about the relationships.
Yes. So Miami Association of Realtors has been involved for several years now, especially YPN Global. They have expanded and they were there for the last 3 years. I was invited last year to be part of the panel because it was when I was the president of the Women's Council Realtors Miami. And that was such a beautiful experience. It did take me out of my comfort zone because I'm learning and growing, but the relationships that you build are amazing. Dawood's vision is to collaborate and to strengthen partnerships with all associations across the globe. So with that initiative in mind, he's always welcoming new adventures and partnerships, and he took his time and his team, Simo, which is the current YPN president, to take a moment and call me to the side, knowing the strong background that we have here in our US and the empowerment that we bring out to women globally. They definitely wanted to hear more, wanted to work with us. And it's been a long road, but we're here and we're excited because they're hosting an entire pavilion and an entire day. Their main goal is to continue to grow their real estate professionals. Right now, there's about 30% female presence, and they want to grow that. So it is exciting for us to be part of that movement.
Great. Well, that sounds super. It's wonderful to hear of the collaboration that's been ongoing. And one last question, if I may, can one sign up for tours of new construction projects, or do you know how that might be arranged, or is there that option when you're there?
Okay, so the way they have it set up right now is everyone is able to tour on their own. And I know that they're gonna be doing a presentation, the Go Global, it has their own schedule. We are gonna try to do a half day because we understand that the delegates attending everyone might have their own personal agenda to create, and they want to get to know the country as a whole. Some of us are returning, so we do want to merge into that scene of getting to see the developments. And we are going to create a half day either prior to or right after the conference where everyone is welcome to sign up. But as of right now, I don't have a schedule set. It is set to take place for a half day.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Surelis. we appreciate that very much.
Well, that sounds like
Thank
an
you for the opportunity, and I look forward to seeing many of you in
Oh,
Dubai.
I know Surelis has to leave, so if there's any questions for her in the audience, does anybody have anything?
I'll stick around for a little bit more, But
Okay.
if there are any questions, I'm here to answer, and I'm gonna share the slide, and maybe you could send it to all the attendees.
Right.
We would love to.
And there's a few brochures also on the back counter about the IPS show, and also Brian Woods and Eamon are having a trade mission opportunity too, and there's a flyer about that in the back, and I know we're gonna be hearing from them today.
We are indeed. All right. Well, thank you, Surelis.
Thank you.
Okay, so next up, I think our second speaker is going to be Eamon Mokhtar, who I'm going to give you a little bit of overview of Eamon's background. He is a significant shareholder in multiple engineering investment startups and real estate businesses. He's used his 15 plus years of experience to grow businesses in the Middle East, North Africa region, Europe, USA, and other countries as well through provision and development of
Guys, we cannot hear you. Whoever is talking, we cannot hear.
It's me. Can you hear me now?
Yes, here we
Okay,
go.
sorry.
Hello.
That's because, hi, how are you?
I'm
I-
good. Good.
I read your whole bio to the room, so you
That's
know,
all
everybody knows about you now. So we're hoping that maybe you would provide a little bit of insight to us about Dubai and Abu Dhabi and a little bit about what you guys are doing over there.
All righty, cool. So let me share my screen and we can take it from there. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen from Dubai. I am Mukhtar, the founder of Global Opportunities Group of Companies and the real estate venture Global Opportunities Real Estate. I hope all the attendees can hear me loud and clear. I will take you through around 25 minutes journey throughout the UAE, showcase investment opportunities, why Dubai, why Abu Dhabi, why Ras Al Khaimah, what's happening in Dubai, and our real estate venture, Global Opportunities Real Estate, and our way to virtually advertise and sell investment opportunities in the UAE to the virtual investor and home buyer. When it comes to the Go Group, there are three main pillars that we are aligned with, which is trust, value, and money. In other words, we believe that there is an opportunity in every transaction. And that is why the why message for Go is the absolute belief in the power in people's unity. We believe that together is better. We believe when people team up on a certain venture, to operate a certain idea from scratch to completion and further expansion, they will likely to succeed because everyone will contribute from their expertise in a way that they can scale up the business to different forms. However, having been to Dubai, it's now called the City of Opportunities, thanks to the vision of the leadership. And if there are few things that we always highlight when we talk about Dubai, is the first one, which is very attractive to so many people around the globe, taxes. In the UAE, we have zero income tax, zero property tax, zero property gain tax. That's itself a presentation for so many people from different walks of life. The second attractive element about Dubai and the UAE is the safety part. Dubai is recognized to be one of the safest cities around the world, and Abu Dhabi, which is the capital of the UAE, is happened to be the first safest cities around the globe for many years. The third important element here is the population. 85% of Dubai population is foreigners, meaning people like myself and yourself. So when we talk to people from different walks of life, whether they are introverts or extroverts, we tell them you don't need to worry when you fly to Dubai, because you will just see people from your town, from your neighborhood, from your city, or even from your country. Why? Because only 15% locals. Dubai Airport, it has over 90 million passengers coming through it every year, which makes it one of the busiest airports around the world. Why Dubai and why Dubai real estate? When it comes to why Dubai, as we always mention, the most important fact is the taxes part: zero income tax, zero property tax, zero property gain tax. One of the great things about Dubai that makes me call it home for the past 15 years is the vision. Why the vision is important? Every investor in today's world, when they decide to invest in a place or in an investment opportunity, they are looking for tomorrow and 10 years ahead and 20 years ahead. So it's not about the benefits that comes with the investment opportunity only. It's about how I can see my investment 5 years from today, 10 years from today. And one of the
Amy,
great...
can I interrupt you? Can I interrupt you real fast? Because I see a lot of people are taking pictures in the audience. Are you going to be able to share your presentation with us?
Yep, and I have my business partner among you guys, Mr. Brian Woods. He's a group director, so he can just airdrop to anyone using...
Perfect. Okay, I just wanted to be able to tell everybody that. Okay, thanks. Sorry.
No worries. So again, one of the main things that makes me really proud to call Dubai home for the past 15 years is the vision. The leadership of the UAE are looking forward to implement visions in Dubai. We have Dubai 2030, Dubai 2040, and even we have Dubai 2050. So when we talk to overseas investors and home buyers and showing them that we are shaping Dubai for 10 years ahead, 20 years ahead, that gives them that sort of peace of mind and security that this is the best place to park their money. So many other attractions about Dubai, but again, one of the recent attractions about Dubai is the golden visa. Dubai is introducing a 10 years residency visa. Should you invest in real estate of Dubai for an amount of $560,000, you will get a 10 years golden visa. You can sponsor your first grade family members. You can sponsor your driver, you can sponsor your laborers, and you can sponsor your maid. So a family man married and he has, let's say, 4 kids. If he invests $565,000 in real estate of Dubai, he can get 10 years golden visa for himself and his family as well, which makes the investment very attractive. So you can have a bank account in Dubai and a bank account in your home country, so you can easily move your money between both destinations. This is a 3D map about Dubai, also showing Dubai visions with regard to 2030, 2040, and also the upcoming metro lines. So nowadays, people are trying to focus on Dubai South area, on the new palm, which is called Palm Jabal Ali, which is twice in size the current Palm Jumeirah. So when we share this with the audience, they will have a more clear vision of what's coming up into Dubai map in terms of metro line and also the parts that will be part of Dubai Vision 2030 and 2040. On the left side is the founder, myself. Is on the right side is Mr. Brian Woods. Mr. Brian Woods is my dear friend and business partner. He is the group director. He resides in the state of Florida. If there is one thing that Brian's is always believe in is one business statement. I am forever student, meaning we learn every day. We can learn from each others. We can learn from experience, and we can implement and develop and improve every single day. And that is why when we team up together to operate Go in a way that we are bridging the relationship between the US and the UAE market, we are having one founding statement: the absolute belief in the power of people's unity. Why Go? So many reasons. When people say, Ayman, Brian, there are over 50,000 brokerage companies in Dubai. Why would I select Global Opportunities among 50 other companies? Few reasons and few facts and few references. We act as your personal attorney when it comes to real estate purchase. Why? Because it is not about the transaction. It's about achieving the client objective. Some people want to invest to flip. Some people want to invest to rent. Some people want to buy to live. So most of people are focusing on the transaction and little to few are focusing on achieving your client objective. Maybe the client want to invest to flip their property 3 years ahead. So your investment plan with the investor is 3 years relationship because you will achieve the client objective only when you are successfully able to flip their property and make their money. So again, when it comes to real estate transaction, it's very important to build what is called sales rapport by understanding the client objectives and do your best level to achieve their goals with regard to their investments. We have a great concept, which is a B2B concept. We virtually advertise and sell Dubai to the world by doing B2B relationships. So we have a great platform that attracts referrals from different walks of life. And last year, if I can give you an example, we had a referral from Las Vegas who earned over $75,000 just because he focused on selling Dubai on the weekend. When it comes to Global Opportunities Real Estate, we work with both home buyers and investors. Investors with regard to first-time investor, bulk deal underwriting. We do residential and we do commercial as well. For people who haven't had that much knowledge about Dubai, when it comes to the real estate sector, there is what is called the DLD, Dubai Land Department. Dubai Land Department is the official authority of real estate in Dubai, and they are shaping the real estate in Dubai in a way to make it very attractive and transparent. Meaning, in your comfort zone, from your own computer screen, you can access the Dubai Land Department website and you can see every transaction in every corner of Dubai. So they are making the data transparent in a way that you can see every property being sold in Dubai and how much is it sold for, which will give you that great reference and security to understand the price per square foot in every corner of Dubai. So that's a great development move from the government to show to the world that you can trust real estate market of Dubai because everything is transparent to the world, and virtually and remotely you can own your property in Dubai in less than 20 minutes. When people talk numbers, they talk references, they say one thing. Okay, how the real estate market been in Dubai for the past year, for the past 3 years, or maybe since Corona? So people who are very technical towards number, we are showing you this slide that will be shared with you right after the webinar in a way to show you the performance of the real estate market in the year of 2024 from January all the way up to October, just as a reference, so you can see the performance of the market every month. And based on the data, you can see that in month of October, we have closed 20,460 transactions in 1 month. That shows you how great the market is and how appreciating it is on the uptrend. Again, people talking about investment, so we are trying our best level not only to take the market data, but also to share few examples from our worldwide investors in a way to show people that yes, people are making money through real estate investment in Dubai. So I'm really happy to share a great story about Emery, who has been my client for the past 5 years, and I get to know him through a lady in the elevator. So it started with a high in an elevator, and right now I closed 4 transactions with Emery. The one that I'm sharing on the screen is a 1-bedroom apartment with the top developer in the region, Amar, and he bought it for 880,000 dirham, and today's price 1.6, and he's renting it for 75,000 dirham. which is almost 9.2% ROI. So yes, there are great opportunities in the market. Yes, people are making money, but the most important part is how to remain authentic to achieve the client objective and not only focus on the transaction and the commission. And that is one of the reasons why global opportunities. We work with few developers in the market. We do not represent all developers, because if we will represent all developers, trust me, the investor will never take a decision. So we want to make sure that we present the developers that aligns with the mission and vision of GA. Dubai Holding, Amar, Ellington, Damak, Bengati, Danube, Shoba, Azizi, and few more. So we only work with the well-known developers who deliver their projects on time, good quality, good history. So when people make an investment decision, they know that they are making the right decision towards this property by having the best support from Global Opportunities Group. We have primary market, we have secondary market, which we call it in the States resale market. We work both markets, so whether the client is looking for something that is new construction or something that is already ready, we help client all the way. And one of the things that we have implemented is that we have established an escrow account in the US. Why? Because we are about solutions. One of the major conflict and major obstacle that Americans face when they make a decision to invest in Dubai is wiring the money. We had so many cases back in the day, our client walking into a bank to wire $100,000 to Dubai, and maybe the bank officer do not know how to wire, how to make an international wire, or he asked a bunch of questions asking for so many paperwork that will delay the process. So eventually the client will say, thank you guys, I am interested, but due to what I'm facing with my bank, I'm no longer interested to proceed with this investment. So based on that, we looked for a solution and we established an escrow account in Florida. And the escrow account is managed and monitored by an escrow attorney. And the money goes from the client bank account to the escrow to the developer in less than 36 hours. And the money never leaves the escrow until the client authorizes the transaction. That makes the transaction very smooth and on-time delivery. When it comes to real estate, we love facts, we love numbers. So we pulled this great slide from different newspapers in a way to show you from different newspapers like National News, Gulf News, CNBC, Khalij Times, in a way what is happening in the real estate market, what is new, where are the new developments. Like you can see on the right bottom corner, we have the new Wayne Casino. Few years ago, when we say the word Ras Al Khaimah, people say Ras Al Khaimah who? They only know Dubai. But today, when we talk about Ras Al Khaimah and there is a Wayne Casino being built, 55% completion as we speak now, $3.9 billion in construction. People are making lots of money from investment in developments very near to Wayne Casino, which made Ras Al Khaimah Emirates very popular nowadays. A side note, the UAE has 7 emirates. Abu Dhabi is the capital. Dubai is happen to be the most attractive destination. Ras Al Khaimah is where the Wayne Casino is being built. Another slide to show you more developments and more announcement in the market. Like you can see on the right side, Palm Jabal Ali, twice in size Palm Jumeirah, and whoever is making investment nowadays in Palm Jabal Ali, he is looking for a great appreciation within the next 5 to 10 years. Another newspaper, Construction Week and Arabian Business, to talk more about the performance of the real estate market, which became very attractive to lots of investors worldwide. And when it comes to secondary market, there are few platforms that people look into. So we give you this little reference. You can put put it down in your notes, Property Finder and Bayut. Again, Property Finder and Bayut. These two platforms you can use when you talk resale. So people who are looking for resale, meaning buying directly from an individual seller, these are the platforms that we access to look for inventory and help our buyer to get the property that they are looking to purchase. Dubai Vision, as we talk about the vision, there is a vision for 2030, there is a vision for 2040, there is a vision for 2050, and this is the most important selling point that makes an international investor want to make a first and a second and a third investment in Dubai, because he can see the vision that the leadership is about 10 years, 20 years, and 30 years ahead. Not only they are making development plans in Dubai, they are also expanding their vision towards other Emirates like Abu Dhabi as well. If you guys are following the news, Elon Musk has just announced a great business partnership with Dubai that we will have no traffic as we expand the vision with Elon Musk, because there will be underground tunnels. So people who are looking for Business Bay area, downtown area, Jumeirah area, Marina, where it's now very congested, when the project is launched and is completed, people will be able to move from one area to another thanks to Elon Musk. And thanks to the flying taxi, even though it's a bit costly, but thanks to the flying taxi, it became a 20-minute city. So they are developing the transportation links in Dubai to get you to go from any point to another in no more than 20 minutes. You have the local transportation, but also you have the flying taxi to help you reach your destination on a faster track.
Ayman, I need to stop you. Just hold on one second. So you have flying taxis that are in operation now?
They just finished the demo, so we are expecting within the next few months. Yes, the public will use it.
Okay, that's super exciting. I didn't know. Thank you.
Sure. These are the links for the metro. Again, there was a video, so I would suggest that when the presentation will be shared with the audience, and once they play the video, it's a self-explanatory video to show you all the future links of the metro that will go into more areas and developments, so you can check the anticipated return and appreciation from those developments should you make an investment in it. Airport. When people talk about what's happening in Dubai, what's new in Dubai, Al Maktoum Airport, which is going to be the largest airport worldwide. If you guys know Dubai, you know Dubai is always about the smallest, the tallest, the biggest, the widest, anything with EST, right? So when it comes to airport, they are expanding Al Maktoum Airport to make it the largest airport worldwide, which is great for people who will make investment next to Al Maktoum Airport, which we call it Dubai South. Abu Dhabi, let's make a little tour around Abu Dhabi. When it comes to Abu Dhabi, we work with the best. When it comes with the best, we talk about Eldar. Why Eldar? Few reasons. Yas Island, Saadiyat Island, and Raha Beach. People who love Abu Dhabi, they love Formula One. And people who love Formula One, they always go twice a year to Monaco and Monte Carlo. And I'm one of them. So when it comes to Abu Dhabi, people go to Yas Island. People attend the F1 show for 3 days, non-stop party, non-stop show. Why? Because it's one of the best shows that Abu Dhabi is always doing every single year. So when it comes to Abu Dhabi, we love to work with the best developer in the market, which is Eldar. And there are 3 top projects that is being developed by Eldar. On the left, Yas Island. On the middle, Raha Beach. On the right, Saadiyat Island. And now they are making great expansion in Saadiyat Island. Top 5 attractive destination in Abu Dhabi: Sheikh Zayed Mosque, Emirates Palace, Qasr Watan, Louvre, and Ferrari World. And as we speak about our trade mission, if you sign up for it, you will have a tour with Go in Abu Dhabi and Raq as well. As we mentioned earlier, when it comes to rock, a few years ago, no one knows anything about rock. But today, when we say the word Ras Al Khaimah, everyone knows Ras Al Khaimah thanks to Wayne Casino. $3.9 billion in construction. You can see on the top left side that it is already 55% in construction. So whoever is making investment decisions in developments around casino in Ras Al Khaimah, they have witnessed the minimum 35% from last year to this year. And it's not stopping, because the moment casino will be operational by 27, you are looking for minimum 150% appreciation, because your apartment or your villa or whatever you're buying will be on an area that is developed and next to Wayne Casino. So short-term rental will go crazy. And we have so many cases from clients, especially from Hong Kong last year, who made great decisions to make investment in Ras Al Khaimah and also in another Emirates called Al Quwain. People doesn't know anything about Al Quwain, but there is one top developer in the market called Shoba, and they launched an island in Al Quwain, and they are making great investment development there that makes it very attractive for people for as low as $295,000. Top attractive destination in Ras Al Khaimah. You can see one of the best things about Ras Al Khaimah is Jabal Jais and zip line. It's a great way to take the adventure and see Ras Al Khaimah from the zip line. And of course, El Hamra Golf Club. When it comes to visas, people who are looking to make investment because they want to get either the golden visa or the normal visa. So let's crack it down into two sentences. If your investment is equal to $213,000, you are eligible for 2 years investor visa. It is automatically renewed as long as you hold the title of the property. If your property worth $565,000 or above, you are eligible for golden visa, which is 10 years visa and automatically renewed as long as you hold the title of the property. Both visas, you can sponsor your family. With that, let me shift the mic to my dear friend and business partner, Mr. Brian Woods, who is already there among the audience, and he will be presenting a great no-brainer investment opportunity in Dubai that really suited for an American investor. And he will also touch base on the Dubai Trade Mission 2025 and ways to collaborate and do business with global opportunities with regard to referral partnerships and business internships.
Thank you, Ayman. That was actually not the order that we had the speakers set up for, but I think that Brian is always happy to ad lib and just talk whenever requested. So Brian, you're on. Unless
Can you hear me? No?
you want to take, Brian, you want to take my lapel one here? Here.
Hey. This'll work. Yeah. This is just for those people that are online anyway, right? I mean, you guys can all hear me in here probably just fine. So anyway, yeah, I mean, you want to move the slides up to what we're talking about here?
Do you want to talk about first the investment opportunity we have?
Yeah. So, okay. So we talked about on market and off market. So this is actually a brand new property that has already been delivered. Just to give you and you guys can actually advertise this to your people as well. $275,000 US dollars. So to make things easy, we don't put things in dirham. We put them in US dollars here to make it nice and simple for you. This is a studio. This is at Riviera, which we can probably point back out on the map a little bit later on. But this is ready to move. and it does qualify for up to a 50% mortgage on that. So somebody does not have to have all the money in order to be able to get in on this. There is the one-time 4% DLD registration. So as I mentioned earlier, there's no capital gains tax. There's no personal income tax, right? There's no property tax. Now, the one thing that you do end up paying is a registration fee, right? It's a 4% registration fee. Plus then Iman mentioned that there is a escrow account that we've set up to make things nice and simple. How many of you have ever tried to send a international wire before with your bank? Eva's paying attention right now, I know. It takes forever. You got lots of fees if you find somebody who actually knows how to send the money and all of that. So as Iman mentioned, we actually set up a escrow account here in the US to facilitate so that it's a simple, hey, I'm going down, I'm wiring money down the street type of scenario, as opposed to I'm wiring money to halfway around the world side of things. So this is already ready to go. The other benefits of this particular one here, there is a 7% guarantee on your first year rent. So 7% guarantee. You also get a trip over to Dubai. So you get your plane ride over there. And also assistance in setting up your residency and bank account, which I know you're sitting there going, bank account, what the heck? But let me explain something to you. I realize that everybody in this room is used to going down to insert bank name here, B of A, Chase, whatever. You walk in, you fill out some paperwork. It's called Know Your Customer, right? KYC. And half an hour later, you have a bank account, right? Sound familiar? Yeah, that's not how it works over there. So, it will take, anywhere from 30 days on to be able to get a bank account in some cases. Iman, do you need a physical for a bank account?
Sorry?
Do you need a physical for a bank account?
What do you mean physical? Like you need to be there?
Yeah, like going to the doctor first and getting a doctor sign off.
Yeah.
For a bank account, right?
Yeah.
Well, and you have to be a resident, right? So this will get you your residency, as Iman was talking about, just over the $200,000 mark. So this is not that far over that, but again, you can get a 50% mortgage here. So easy. I mean, how many of you have people that have $300,000 that are looking to invest, right? $300,000, what does that buy you in the Sarasota Manatee area? All right. So, here's something where you're able to do that. Also, I will say that for those of you that are knowledgeable in self-directed retirement funds, so self-directed IRAs, 401ks, stuff like that, you can actually buy properties in Dubai with your retirement funds as well. So we've helped people structure all of that stuff out. So this is a studio. We have a 1-bedroom. So here's a 1-bedroom at $375. Same thing. All right, ready to move into today. 7% ROI guaranteed for the first year. And then also the flight, Dubai residency visa, and the UAE bank account on that. So you can see Riviera. Azizi is one of the developers that we work with. A great developer. In fact, he had the slide up from Miraz Azizi not that long ago. But this is Riviera, which is a nice development there. So lots of awards. Great opportunity. Can you bring up the map, the big map, Iman, to show where that's located?
You mean like this one? It's here.
Like the 3D one that you showed earlier.
So that's far away, but that's okay. That's just like.
Well, he's looking for that. Also, I will mention that at the same time the IPS is going on, the International Property Show, the International Wood Show is also going on at the exact same time. So I don't tell you that because my last name's Woods, but nevertheless, that's another set of people that you can network with while you're making the trip over there.
You can see it here, Medan Racecourse.
By the
I
way,
don't
so,
know
yeah.
if you can see my mouse, but it's here, Medan Racecourse. So it's like
If you want to know about White Dubai, talk to Lori.
it's exactly 14 minutes to Burj Khalifa.
Yeah. Burj Khalifa, the tallest tower, soon to be dwarfed by a new tallest tower that's also going to be there. Okay, so you heard about IPS earlier, the International Property Show. Wonderful opportunity for you to be able to go and network. This year focuses on women, so there's the Women's Day on the 15th. We have our trade mission that actually encompasses the IPS at the end of it so that you're able to attend that. And we actually have two different options for you, depending on how much time and what all you want to be able to see. So the question was asked earlier, are there going to be developer tours as part of IPS? I also am an IPS ambassador. As of IPS by itself, there's not any real developer tours or anything like that set up at this point. This is the solution to those of you that want to go ahead and see developments. All right, so the one on the left is the full trade mission. We start on April 8th. And so actually we are going to have on April 8th an optional event at the Sustainable City. So for those of you that are into green and sustainable type concepts, that might be something that you're interested in. Day two, we're going to Museum of the Future, and Bengati is one of the developers. Do a launch, and then we'll do Shoba, which is another major developer, and then Dubai Frame. Day three, so April 10th, Heart of Europe. For those of you that are looking for or have clients that are looking for a stable return without any volatility, Heart of Europe is a wonderful option. Think of real estate basically as an annuity almost. Essentially, the buy-in price right now is around $600,000. Of course, if they have more, you can always go higher, right? But $600,000, and over the 12-year period for that, you will have 3 times the return on your money over 12 years, hands off. You don't have to do anything. So essentially, you earn one-time return through the 12 years, and then they buy it back from you at the end of the 12-year period for double your money. So there's 3 times your money over the 12-year period. You don't have to touch it, do anything. Plus, they will fly you over there as part of the signing, so you get a free trip to Dubai. And every year, you get 14 days of time that you can go use it. It might not be your exact unit, but you can go use it as well. So you've got a lot of benefits for that hands-off opportunity there. Miracle Garden, and then we're all about education. So, we want to make sure that you've got all the knowledge that you need and all the support materials to be able to help you sell Dubai and the UAE. Amar on day 4 and Ellington as additional developers. And then Dubai Safari into the desert. You can't possibly go to Dubai without doing a Dubai Safari, right? If you want to see what that's like, go to the webpage, gogrouprealestate.com. You'll see videos from last year's trade mission, testimonials from attendees, stuff like that. And then you'll notice that here on April 11th, the programs sync up, right? So for those of you that, for whatever reason, aren't in for doing the full thing, where you're going to see a lot more in Dubai, what we did intentionally was make sure that you had a day in Dubai, a day in Ras Al Khaimah, and a day in Abu Dhabi. So you got a feel for each one of those Emirates. Remember, there's 7 Emirates in total. These are the 3 most popular ones that are there. So Ellington developer, and you get the Dubai Safari, Ras Al Khaimah, so the casino developments, and then we'll go to Burj Khalifa and Expo City. Day 6 on that, you're looking at the mosque and Al Dar in Abu Dhabi and the Louvre. And then you see where we end up going into the International Property Show. We also have a yacht ride there as well. That's always fun to do. But you'll see that we've got a couple of days of the IPS show. So for the 14th and the 15th, which is the main days for IPS, that's where we will be. So kind of a nice all done for you. You can see the cost here for the full one, $3,500 per person. Single occupancy or $3,150 per person for double occupancy. For the mini option, $2,700 per single occupancy and $2,350 for double occupancy on that. This includes your hotel. It includes most of your meals, your transportation once you're there. Activities, as you can see, it's not just go see a bunch of houses or studios. It's cultural events and stuff like that. For those of you who know me, you know that I do trade missions. I've been doing this for a while. This isn't the first one. So it's not my first rodeo, right? So I tend to have a long time ago figured out kind of the secret sauce of doing trade missions. Yeah. Anybody go with us in 2019? That was go, 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 right? So that was kind of the start of everything when a lot of people started putting a lot of focus in on Dubai and the UAE. So we got the opportunity here. The only thing that we don't touch is your airfare. I learned a long time ago, don't touch people's airfare. Some of you like the front of the bus, some of you like the back of the bus, some of you you take the bus maybe from someplace over there. I don't know, right? People come, they go at different times, they go to different places. So I learned don't touch that. Besides, you all have your favorite airline anyway, don't you?
Can I just throw 2 cents in on airlines if anybody's going? We just checked yesterday, and Emirates does have a round trip flight out of Orlando, which is by far the best case scenario. You drive up to Orlando, like 12 to 14 hours, just depending coming and going. Right now, so right around those dates, it was $859.
Yeah.
On Emirates.
Yeah.
That's the best one going. That's okay. Their economy is still nice.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And they have other, but I'm just like staying close to here. That would probably be the closest one.
Yeah, out of Miami right now without, and you've got the discount code too. That wasn't even with the discount code. So the flight is not outrageous, right? Yeah, yeah. So questions on the trade mission? Yeah. We have a code for you to use. Yep. Yeah. So we're all about you saving money, right? You're all about saving money. So yeah, there's a discount for Emirates. So if you do, and Emirates flies out of Orlando and Miami here in Florida. So it's a direct flight. Of course, for those of you that don't prefer direct flights, is there anybody? No? Okay. It's more expensive to do a hop, skip, and a jump. So yeah. All right. Any questions on trade mission? No? All right. Go ahead. All right, so how can you make this easy and grow your business? This isn't a replacement for your business. This is an enhancement for your business. All right, so the starting referral fees start at 30% of the commission earned and go on up for doing a referral. So, you know, when you start to put things into perspective, commissions that are there paid on the off-plan stuff, which is the primary market, you're looking typically anywhere from 5% to 8%. You can do your own math on that, and real quickly you may realize that doing a referral to Dubai is like doing the entire deal here. All right. So, you know, you can be as involved or as not involved as you want. And the other piece that I think is very, very important, once you bring the client, they're your client. So they do another deal, you're in the picture. All right. So a lot of times that's not how things work in other places. But you know, our whole philosophy is B2B, business to business. We're not going to consumer. We're going to professional to do that. So you've got that opportunity there. Also, if you want to take things kind of to the next level, there's nothing better than to go over and spend some serious time over there to be able to learn firsthand, to be able to get your media assets together and all of that. So we actually put together a business internship. Basically, you go over there for 30 days and get the total immersion experience. So we've had people that have successfully gone and done this. It was an amazing experience, great testimonials, all of that. So we've got a solution for you if you're into it for 30 days. We've got a solution if you're into it for, what, 9 days or 10 days, right? By the way, I didn't mention this, but that also includes, we'll have video and photos on the professional side of things going on as well. So the whole idea is if you go on the trade mission, that you are able to come back and tell the story, basically, firsthand experience. And there's nothing better than that for helping your clients. Any questions? Yes. How do you get compensated? Yeah, no worries. Big money. The more that you do, the more that you make. How about that? Yeah. And, you know, the thing is, as a referral partner, we actually have all the marketing assets and all of that stuff already created to make it nice and easy for you. So if there's something that you think that you need in your business, just let us know, because we're here I mean, it's all about supporting you, right? So, yes. Yep. So the overall commission tends to be for off-plan properties. It's different, and depending, you know, we also have very good relationships with the developers. So sometimes you're also going to benefit from the fact that we have that relationship. So maybe we're able to get a little extra compensation out of that normally wouldn't have been able to get, right? New construction. New off-plan means new construction in our terminology here. Secondary market there for us is resale. Yeah. So we're actually in the process of updating the website and everything. And on the new website, we're going to have a whole section of terminology, because it matters, doesn't it? You know, if you talk about that over there, I'm going to be back with you guys here later on this year for Europe, for CIPS, for those of you that are coming. All right, in Europe, we talk about the UK and the US. It's English, except it's not, all right? It's different, all right? So same thing, even though it's English still, and you can get around just fine. By the way, I don't speak Arabic. That's not on my list right now. I've got some other things that are on my list, right? Yeah, I should throw it on, right, at some point. Probably should. But nevertheless, you can get around just fine in English over there. You don't need Arabic or anything like that. Ladies, I had my mom over there last time, right? So I'm gonna say this just to kind of put things into perspective. My mom could walk around at 3 a.m. in the morning anywhere that she wanted, anywhere in the city, perfectly fine. I think that puts things into perspective, right? And I don't worry. I've left my computer bag with all of my stuff right in the middle of the developer's floors or whatever, no problem. That type of thing. That's when they're talking about safety and security, that's what they're talking about. Yeah, so don't act like a fool and you're good. Right? Yeah. Certain places where you can't have alcohol, but you can buy alcohol in like the hotels and restaurants and stuff like that. So, it's about having respect for everybody, basically. The Mark room? Yeah. Nah, it's a wonderful place if you've never had the opportunity. And for those of you that are globally focused, which I'm guessing is probably everybody in the room, if you look at the map, all right, throw up a map of the world, the UAE is like smack dab in the middle of the map, all right? So when you're looking at why investments and stuff like that, yeah, I realize when we get on a flight from over here, it's a little long of a flight. I got it. But for most of the rest of the world, it's within an 8-hour flight, right? So by the time you decide to go from here out to Vegas for a weekend or whatever with your layover, that's the time that it takes them to be able to go. So short-term rentals and things like that are huge, huge, huge opportunities.
Limitations on short-term rentals the way that we have here, or is it like neighborhood specific or development specific?
I mean, the question is are there restrictions on different places where you cannot do short-term rentals?
No,
Yeah.
no. In
Yeah.
Dubai, there are
Anything
two
can
types
go
of
anywhere.
rentals: long-term rental and short-term rental. The long-term rental is one contract, a relationship between a tenant and a landlord on a piece of document for an annual contract, and it can go from one payment up to 6 payments, depending on the nature of the deal between the landlord and the tenant.
So let me explain here real quick before you move on what 1 payment to 6 payments means. Normally here, we are used to paying your rent on a monthly basis, which would be the equivalent of 12 payments, right? So when we say 1 payment, that's for the whole year, right? 2 payments every 6 months, you get it, right? And now why would people do that? Well, it's easy. You know you got your money, right? But if you're going to make that payment all up front, what are you expecting if you're the one making the payment? A discount, all right? So it works both ways. It works to the advantage of both sides when you do shorter payments like that. And the same thing in commercial real estate over there. If you're doing a commercial lease, it's typically a 1 payment. So you pay the annual rent all up front. Right. All right, go ahead, Ivan.
So yeah, the long-term lease, it can go from 1 payment up to 6 payments. The commission is 5% from the lease agreement amount, and it is paid by the tenant. The second type of rental is the short-term rental, which is holiday home concept, Airbnb and stuff like that, where there is a property management company having a contractual agreement with the landlord, and they lease the property on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis, based on the market and seasons and the occupancy rate. So they manage the check-in and check-outs. and the split is 80-20. So every time there is a check, 80% of the check goes to the landlord and 20% goes to the property management company for managing the landlord's property.
Which
So
is,
that's,
well,
yeah.
yeah, 20 or 20, anywhere 20 to 40 oftentimes, right? You know, for here on short term, just kind of depends. But so ultimately, I think the answer, the short answer to your question is whether you're doing short term or long term isn't up to the government telling you where you can and can't do it, or the HOA or condo association telling you that you can or can't do it. It's up to you and your choice, right? If you go long-term lease, just like here, this is the same thing here. If you go long-term lease, you have more certainty that your unit is going to be rented. However, if you go short-term lease, there may be periods where you don't have it rented, but you're also tend to be making more money in those shorter term periods. And for those that want to be able to come in and use their unit themselves as they're popping through, short term is a good route to go for that, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we just had a client that popped over to Dubai and now is popping over to Thailand and then popping back through Dubai on the way back. So, yeah. Question? Yeah, so the question is, is the developer or is it on-site property management for it, or is it kind of third party outside? And the answer is both. So,
Yes, sir.
and sometimes, depending on the developer, well, let's say that you wanted it to be managed in short term and all of that, you know, that's stuff that we would talk about right up front because that might also influence which direction we went with developers and stuff like that as well. So, you know, how does that process work, I guess, is another good thing to go through. You have somebody, the best thing to do is schedule a Zoom call, right? You can be on the Zoom call. The Dubai office is on the Zoom call. Everybody, you know, comes together and it gets an understanding of what the client is looking for and being able to move forward. You can be as involved or not involved as you want to be on that. So, yes and yes. Um, the price is typically what the price is. Kind of like you guys, anybody that's done the new construction here, you don't tend to find things where the developer is moving the price, right? But that doesn't mean that you couldn't get discounts for paying more upfront or other things like that, right? So it just kind of depends on the individual developer and the individual case. Also, if your client is buying, let's say, 5 units, that's a different story than your client is buying 1 unit, right? So now there's other factors that end up coming into play as well. And a reseller, there's more room for negotiation. Yeah. And so the commission on resale typically is 2%. 1 and 1. I got your attention for off plan now, didn't I? Well, there are. Prior to last year, when I was actually there, when this happened, I never would have thought that I would have been in the middle of the desert in a flood, right? Although I am going to say this, and here's the background on it, because I think the background is important. The last time that there was a storm like that was 75 years ago. 75 years ago, this didn't exist, right? Now, imagine how much money the municipalities like Sarasota spend on putting in stormwater control and drainage systems and all of that, right? Those are your tax dollars. It's a lot of money, isn't it? Especially as fast as the rain can come down, you want to keep the rain off the roads and stuff. So there, when this was being built, there wasn't a reason for doing this, right? I gotta say, manually pumping it out, it took 4 days for it to be like totally pumped out. If you think about that, that's pretty amazing. We would still be organizing over here at 4 days, right? So the thing is now they're actually starting to put all of that stuff in. And I mean, I don't know if you can talk a little bit more about the drainage system and stuff and any other disaster, natural disasters.
With regard to the cloud seeding,
Yeah.
so right
Well,
after the
Yeah,
flood,
anything that's bad, like hurricanes and floods and stuff.
we only have floods, no hurricanes here. Only floods here. But they have made great investment in the drainage system of Dubai, so they can avoid this to happen again. I would just touch base on what you have mentioned, that even when it happens on the third day, streets are fully operational. And there was so much cooperation from the government and the police officers in a way to make sure that no one is stuck and looking for help and no one is helping. So in only 2.5 days, we were back to normal. On the third day, streets were fully operational. And considering that, that shows you that even when it happens, they are able to rectify the situation. After that, they have made great investment in the infrastructure in a way to avoid this not to happen again. And they keep developing the city in a way to make sure that whatever we are going to face, even if it wasn't planned, we will be able to handle it. And let's touch base on a major fact here, Corona, COVID-19, where the whole world was still looking for, recoveries. UAE went to Mars. Again, I'm not comparing UAE to US because you guys went to Mars ways before us, but I'm looking for a crisis happening worldwide, and we are going to Mars in Dubai, meaning that we are able to rectify the situation. We are able to recover from Corona, because when it comes to crisis or alerts in the city, the people are very cooperative and supportive to the government, and there is a big respect to the high level people in a way that we follow the rules. So that makes it very great city, very safe in a way to live, work, and live and do business.
I think we need to wrap it up for this segment right now. Real quick, when it comes to talk to Brian afterwards, Brian's gonna be here for network. So everybody can talk to Brian afterwards, if you don't mind, Dana. Thank you, I'm sorry. But yeah, we just need to be able to move on to speak with Mahek, and I'm gonna butcher this last name, Uboveja, maybe. She is actually a senior mortgage consultant with the Lending Tree. There, you guys might be familiar with the name Lending Tree, which we had here for quite some time. I'm not sure if they are related or not, but we're gonna hear all about getting a mortgage in Dubai and what it takes, especially for an American in particular, to obtain a mortgage. Mahek, thank you for joining us.
Hi, thank you for this opportunity. Let me share you my screen. Can you see the screen? Hello,
Yes, we can see it.
excuse me. Okay, hi.
Hi.
A second. Sorry, I'm just coughing. Okay, I'm a senior mortgage advisor and I'm specialized in client secure the best home finance solution. Okay, so thank you for this opportunity. I'm presenting Lending Tree. We work with 20+ banks in UAE. Let me give a little brief for you. We work with 20 plus banks in UAE. We are in a market from last 2015. There are so many clients outside of UAE who get finance. Okay, so let me tell you about mortgage. Okay, can I give this to my colleague Gabir? He will handle everything. Gabir will speak on behalf of.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, good. Can you hear me properly?
I can, yes, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. Sorry, my colleague is not well, so just I'm taking the turn from her. So I will go ahead to just present the company and how can we help you, whatever we are doing in the market. So how can we find solution for your purchase here or investment
That
here?
would be great. Thank you.
So first of all, the Lending Tree is a company for a solution of financing in the market since 2016. So we are focusing in finance in general, like land finance, business finance, property finance, but especially we are focusing in property finance or real estate finance. Okay, so we are working like in these like products for resident or non-resident. Let me speak first about the non-resident, which is more important for you. Then if anyone wants to like to talk about the resident or something, I can explain as well.
Yeah, I don't
So
think we need to touch on
yeah,
resident financing
yes, I think the more important for you is the non-residents. So non-resident, we are talking about any nationality. So any nationality can get a finance in UAE. Like if any client is planning to buy for investment for self-occupied or whatever reason, so the property should to be ready. We are financing only the ready unit, which is ready for handover or resale. Okay, resale, which is secondary market. So, if the client is planning to buy any unit in UAE, whatever the city like Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Ras Al Khaimah, whatever, so we can help the client to get the finance up to 60%. Okay, before that it was 50, and before that it was 40, but now the bank is allowing to the client to pay up to 40% only down payment, and the bank is covering 60%, and we can get it that for any nationality. Okay, so first thing, the property should to be ready to move, not under construction, because the under construction some other product which can help in that. But now we are talking about the ready to move. So the client, like the bank, is just caring about the income source. Okay, the bank is getting the property as a mortgage unit, but also the bank is caring about the income proof. So if I'm dealing with any client, the client should be salaried or self-employed. Whatever the salary, yes, there is a criteria for that. Sometimes the bank is asked about minimum salary, depends on the profile. So we are talking about minimum salary approximately about 7,000 USD dollar. So if I'm talking about comparing with the dirham or the currency in UAE, it's equal like 25,000, which is almost $7,000.
So $7,000 a month.
$7,000, yeah, this is a minimum in the market. Okay.
Okay.
But sometimes we can accept if the salary is not match, like not reaching to C's level, so we can still accept the file, depend on the bank statement, because even if the salary like $5,000 or something, but the bank statement is good, the client is caring about the balance, the client, the turnover in the account is really good, so the bank can get a deviation for that. So salary is not a matter if the bank statement is good.
Okay.
How good is it? We are detecting it, depend on the bank account. Okay. So, for example, this is in case if the client is salaried. If the client is self-employed as a partner or as an owner, so we can still work with them. Okay. We are not caring about the company income. We are just focusing in the bank statement, personal bank statement of the client. So even in case if the company income is not that much good or something, we can still go ahead with like the case, and we can get it done depending on the bank statement.
Okay.
Uh, Also, if I'm talking about the rates in the markets, because interest rate is different from bank to bank, but comparing with the rate for residents, just the bank is adding 1 to 1.5% additional to the residents rate. So approximately we are talking about minimum 5.49, 5.5, 5.99 approximately. This is the annual interest rate. Okay. And we can get the finance for the client up to, for the tenure, I'm talking about the tenure, like if the client is taking whatever amount for finance, the client can take a tenure for up to 25 years. So it's up to 25 years, but the client can take it for 20, 15, 10, whatever.
And it will be fixed for that long?
Sorry?
It will be fixed to that rate for that long?
No, the rate is not fixed for this tenure, okay?
How long is it fixed for? Is it not at all? Does it just fluctuate? How long is it fixed for? Did I lose you? Hmm? I don't know. It looks like they're silenced. No, it looks like the mute is on. I think your mute is on.
Okay, let me
Now
explain
your
you.
mute is off.
Yeah, this is me. Okay. This rate is fixed for a particular period, okay? Like fixed for 3 years or 5 years. After that, it's a variable rate, okay? The rate
Okay, very
become
good.
variable. Yeah. It's like whatever the bank margin plus 3 months IBOR. IBOR is a rate which is fixed by the central government rate.
Sure.
So there is a particular period of time when bank give you fixed rate. After then, it become a variable rate. Am I
Okay,
audible? Am I audible?
I'm sorry. You can continue. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt your presentation. Are you still there? Mahek? Hello?
Hello.
Okay. Hello? Hi. Can you hear us?
Okay, I guess Gabir got disconnected from you guys. There's no issue. Let me know if there's anything else. I can let you know.
Okay,
Just a second,
sounds good.
Gabir.
Thank you. I
Thank you.
think we can move on to the next speaker, which I believe is going to be Dylan Martinez.
I'm here. You can hear me?
Yeah. Hold on a second, Dylan.
Here, Brian.
Okay. So let me just kind of close the circuit here on the money side of things real quick. Typically speaking, there is a payment plan for each off-plan development. So typically, you're looking at putting about 25% down of what that amount is. That's going to be inclusive of that 4% DLD fee. So when you're talking to your customers, you're looking at telling them. Now, maybe they can do it in a little bit smaller steps, but it's basically going to be 25% down. That being said, if you're buying off plan, you are going to have where it's going to take a little bit of time for it to be, developed and handed over, right? Just like it does here. So during that development period, to the point where they have what we would call CO, right? Then there is going to be a payment plan that they are going to pay up to, right? So it might be 5% every few months, or it depends on the developer as to what that would end up being. The mortgage itself does not come into play until the very end at that handover or CO. right? At that point, they could either pay it off in cash, they could have sold it off already if they're going to flip the property, which they can do over there. We don't flip over here. The developers don't let us do that. But over there, you could buy the property. So let's say that you came in and you wanted to flip. We buy a property that's off plan at the brand new pre-launch price, right? So we're at the absolute bottom, and then right before handover, sell the property, right? And now you don't need a mortgage. You collect on, the difference between it. So that's we talk about flip. That's what we're talking about there, not as in go find your rehab home and fix it up, right? And do all of that. So the mortgage now, it used to be 50%. Now you can get up to 60% as a non-resident. It does not matter whether you're a U.S. citizen, non-resident of the UAE. Right? Make sense?
Yep, thank you.
Right. Okay, Dylan.
I think we're ready to hear Dylan Martinez. Dylan, I don't actually, I do have a bio here for you, so I'm going to read it off really fast. Dylan Martinez, CIPS, RSPS, esteemed real estate professional based in Houston, Texas. Since 2001, she's excelled in the industry, earning certifications as CIPS and RSPS. Leaving her strong communication skills and deep market knowledge, Dylan is renowned for providing exceptional service to clients navigating real estate transactions locally and globally. In 2024, she decided to step out of her comfort zone in the USA and take a trip to Dubai, the city of opportunities, in the UAE to explore the new world of opportunities. She has partnered with Global Opportunities and their real estate division in Dubai, UAE, to help her home buyers and investors around the world to find their dream home and qualifies investments in Dubai. So Dylan is actually an agent. So how long have you been a realtor, Dylan?
Since 2001.
Since 2001, and she has been in Dubai also working as well since 2023 or 24?
24. So that started January last year. So I'm just at over a year now.
Awesome.
But I have not been here consistently. I was here 6 months last year, January, February, went home in March, came back in April for the trade mission, stayed until May, then went home for the summer, came back in August, and then I ended up getting my real estate license here as a broker. And then also, and that entails becoming, having a visa as well. So I ended up having my residency here now, and then being a broker.
How hard was it for you to get your license there in Dubai?
Was not hard. However, you did do the medical background, and you took the course. Anyway, so I did all that, but and then all the steps, were slightly easier being with the company here as well. So, but when I came at the end of August, I stayed until Christmas Eve.
Oh, wow.
Right. So anyway, but how did I hear about coming in Global Opportunities? And it was through Brian Woods. I took the Great Canadian road trip to Canada with the Austin Board of Realtors, and that was in July 23. And so that was right after I got my CIPS. And so became the broker, even after being a realtor for that long, became a broker January 23, needed to kind of figure out that niche now, because I kind of helped, many others along the way, but I just thought, okay, being a bit more independent, which way, and I chose to go international, and I joined with a global relocation company in Houston. Anyway, I helped people from India, China, and New Zealand, and thought maybe I need to know a little bit more about visas. So anyway, that's when I took the CIPS course. And right after, we had our whole list of all the things that we should do and where we should go and everything. And the first trip was to Canada within 2 weeks after. Everyone said no, a class of 30, 35 people. And I continued to say no until the last minute. And I went, and then here Brian was speaking. He was teaching the RSPS course there. So I met him. He said he was all over in Dubai, Nigeria, and other places. And I thought, okay, wait, I need to follow you. I need to know what you're doing. So I continued to bother him a bit and wanted to take some of his classes. But more so at NAR in 23 is when he said, okay, we need to talk. And And so in January, well, we ended up talking in early December. So a month later is when I showed up. So
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So let me ask you one quick, go back for a second. What was the cost of obtaining your license in Dubai? The actual cost? Do you know?
Well, I know the total was about $3,200 for the course and the visa.
Okay.
And in order to take the exam, you need to be a visa holder.
Okay. So that comes first.
So yeah, so I say my package was together. I think the course possibly, along with the exam, was about 900 to 1,000.
Okay.
Not as detailed as what we have over there.
Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. Just curious, like a roundabout figure. So
I'm just saying with all the years that we have in CE and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
not
Do you have
as much.
continuing education there as well?
They do. They have that, which I haven't crossed that, so I haven't really looked into it as much, but and not nearly as entailed as it is over there.
Okay. So how are you finding selling real estate in Dubai versus selling real estate in the US?
Yeah. Overall, I mean, so mainly I am to target, US. More so, of course, I'll sell to anyone, but
Sure, of course.
I'll help anyone make that purchase anyway. But so mainly, everything over here is so fast, so that's the huge thing is, first, why here or why should I be here is I need to show everyone that, I'm going to developers. I'm staying current with everything. What's happening and so fast. I mean, even the laws can change quickly. They can decide it overnight, and we get a new announcement in the morning that something's changed. And not so much with real estate, but I'm just talking about just everything to make this place better and safer and all of the above. So I would just say, because it goes so fast. I mean, a whole tower can sell out in 2 hours.
Really?
So different things, and I mean even faster than that. But I'm just saying, I witnessed one full tower selling out in 2 hours and this was the morning after the launch. So something different over here is let's see, expression of interest. Okay, so an EOI. And so what that is if a developer knows it's coming, and these are like, the managers we are on WhatsApp groups. So we'll get an insight that one is coming. So we can send to all of our contacts that, okay, this is like what we know, but it's not every detail. It's not the pricing necessarily. We might have a range, but not exactly. And then, and so we can kind of let our clients know, or our potential interests, and to be ready. So as soon as that launch comes, or to go ahead and submit that EOI even up to a week before. And so what the EOI is, so it's kind of like it's a deposit anyway. It's not, you're securing a unit, and you may not like that unit. If you don't like that unit, the money will be returned. But if you do like the unit, then it will be applied toward your down payment or the full amount if you're paying cash.
And what if you just changed your mind altogether and decided you didn't want it? Do you still get your money back?
You would still get it back. Because you would possibly just blame it on that particular reason. But no, up until you sign, you can pretty much, figure out ways to
get around.
You can figure out. We can help you find those ways to get it back. Right.
Okay. Good to know. So in general, you feel it's faster moving than here?
Oh, definitely need to be ready. Now, there are some, that aren't like top developers where the units will last, a bit longer, maybe a couple of months or so, but overall, the top ones. And then it's just amazing that, they have, realtors, brokers here have certain clients, maybe citizens or just certain ones who believe in one developer or one project or one developer specifically so much that they will invest in every new project that they launch.
Wow.
Yeah. Like they do not want to miss, because they've had success with everyone along the way. So they haven't been let down, so they continue. It's just amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing. Yeah. So how are you finding living in Dubai, like from a lifestyle perspective?
Yeah, no, lifestyle is super, super easy. That's why, the hardest part is leaving. I know you hear that, but seriously, And that is the heart. I mean, you know, it's just, and I don't want to say, you know, because of all luxuries or anything like that. It's just, there's an app for everything. I can order food and groceries. I did it on Sunday. Everything was delivered in under 15 minutes. And I was in the pool swimming during that time. And then they called and said, "We're here." I said, "Can you just open my door? It's unlocked." I mean, really, I've left my door unlocked for, you know, well, this trip I haven't quite been here a month, but you know, last year, I left it open for 2 months. There's cameras everywhere. So security, there's security everywhere. There's cameras
There's
everywhere.
cameras
I
everywhere.
don't,
You
yeah, I
feel
don't
safe.
want to say that I'm just risking and taking the chance, but seriously, I mean, I don't know. So if you have to find the key, you know,
Right.
so I've been back and forth between Airbnbs and hotels, so apartments and hotels. So sometimes you need a card, sometimes it's a key, sometimes it's a code. I get spoiled with the card and the code. So when I
Yeah.
need a key, well, no, it's deep at the bottom of my bag, and so I don't worry about it. It's fine.
Have you taken any flying taxis yet?
No. But I know they're
Yeah.
coming. You know, I know they're coming. So I heard it's 25. So it's supposed to be by the end of this year. But we see all the videos and we see the testing of it. But you know, so not yet. But I will.
Last time when we were there, it's been since 2022 when I was there last, but on the Uber app, there was an opportunity to pick up a helicopter. And like when I first looked at it, I think it was like $500. And I was like, that's actually not that bad. Like if I could have fit my group like of 4 people, but it was like per person. So I was like,
Oh,
$100 per person is a little steep for a 10-minute Uber drive. So have you ever done that?
no, I haven't done that yet.
All
But
right,
as far as, you know, I mean, just simple things like, okay, I've been at a restaurant outside, and you know, the evenings kind of get cool, some, you know, on this time of the year, and no, I mean, I just mentioned I was cold. No, they brought me a blanket, completely fresh, clean. This happened 3 times now.
Wow. Nice.
So yeah.
And the food, how do you find the food?
Oh no, I love the food, and much more than just chicken samosa. You know, last year when we had this, I hadn't tried too much. I'd only been here maybe a month and a half at that point, and so you know that was in the market across the street. I trust our videographer here, you know, in the office, and I said, okay, it's good. Okay, I'll try it. And then of course I needed it almost every day. But no, I ventured out, and I love it all, and it's like.
Good.
You know, reasonably priced. I mean, yes, you can have high end, and you can eat completely
You
like
find everything, right? Pretty much.
right. And it is everything because there's over 200 cultures here. So I would say, like really, whatever you're craving, and then you can order on the app, whatever it is.
And then there's the app.
Yeah.
And English everywhere, pretty much English
Oh
speaking.
yeah, that's the main thing. Is that okay? The English, it's on the street signs, it's on the restroom signs. It's really, I mean, and the business world here is in English.
Right.
So I mean, overall, unless maybe more legal things or whatever, then might need a translator for some Arabic there. But overall, no, it's like everyone who comes from their country needs to know what the language of their country from. I mean, they have that anyway, and then some English at least. So.
Yep. Okay, could you give us a little bit of insight as to fashion and the dress, the expectations for the women in particular? Is there any restrictions that you found, or, you know, like anywhere?
Overall, anything goes. I mean, they always say, you know, respect the citizens and you know, their religion and culture and things like that. But overall, no. I mean, as far as being fully covered, and that would only be inside of a mosque.
Inside the mosque, yeah. So just
Yeah.
walking down the street, nothing in particular.
Correct.
Yeah, no headscarf or,
No, nothing like that.
okay.
And as far as women in business here, no. I mean, it's it's like no. I mean, it's almost like I don't know. I want to say
Just say it.
it's almost even become. I don't know. I'm losing the word right now, but it's
Okay,
definitely
it's all right.
respected. Definitely respected, and even has greatly increased. Really, they even passed a law recently, just you know, even making sure that you know there's enough females in every work organization and all of that. So, yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Are you planning on staying for the IPS show in April?
Oh yes, yes.
Are you going to be involved in the Women's Empowerment Day at all? Or
So I don't have the plan for that yet, but I'm pretty sure, I'm working here alongside with Amelia, and Amelia has been here for 10 years. So she has been, I didn't have that last year. Well, until the end of the year. October is when I met Amelia, and she's from Finland, but anyway, has really, really adapted, and has so many contacts, but just kind of, and not so much in the past couple of weeks. I've been really busy on my own, but overall, she's kind of showed me the way and even kind of tells me what the plan is. So she has always things organized and arranged. So I'm not just depending on her, but it's kind of nice to have that insight as well. So
absolutely, I'm sure.
but overall, even without her, I get around like fine. And that was the big thing. I ran to stay awake for the Super Bowl last year. I wasn't here during the Super Bowl. I came the day after, I believe, this year. But anyway, last year I ran at 3 a.m. Because I was trying to stay awake because it was starting at 3:30 a.m. here. Being 10 hours.
Right, the time difference. So you're 8 or 9 hours ahead.
It's 10. Well, for you, it's 9. But for me in Houston, I'm 10 hours ahead, right?
Got you. Okay. I do have one question in the audience for you right now. Where do you find the majority of your buyers are coming from?
Okay, so really, since I've been doing conventions over this past year, I went to, and I even have a network even from the year before because I was in Mexico. And so really I have my group from Houston. I was on the global committee last year. So I've kind of done well with that. And then my realtor organizations from Houston, with just kind of growing here. It hasn't been huge on sales yet, but I know they're coming. I have a lot of things in the works.
So you're primarily working with Americans. I think the question was just in general, but if you don't have that answer, it's okay.
Correct. In general, I know, our company doing the Nigeria group that took off well, but I was also going to, we went to Miami last year, but so as far as over here, the huge thing is, I would say, YouTube and Snapchat and there's one more. Anyway, I just found those two completely funny, but I thought there was maybe one more that was odd that TikTok. No,
TikTok.
they find their buyers on TikTok and Snapchat.
Really?
And then YouTube. So, yeah.
Interesting.
If I can may interrupt here by talking about the nationalities. So if we can take last year as an example, we have witnessed great flow from Russian investors.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Chinese investors. Chinese are always around, but specifically last year, we have seen lots of transaction happening from Russia. And from a company perspective, Hong Kong as well. Me personally, I traveled to Hong Kong to close a couple of transactions. And then our clients brought more clients on a trip to Dubai. And they are coming again this year on the Labor Day between 29th to 2nd of May. Because again, it's about relationship and repeated business. So if we can talk about nationalities, we are looking for Chinese, Indians, Russians, and also Africans. And that is why, thanks to Brian Woods, we were able to do a last minute event in Lagos because Africans are all about doing transactions in Dubai. It just happened that their type of transaction is more about cash payments. So there is a cash-to-cash agents, but we are witnessing lots of Africans making transactions in Dubai.
And why do you think that is?
Yeah, this year we are also witnessing a bit of movements happening in the US. So the Mahek, one of the top developers in the region, has made 20 billion investment into the US database, and they are now doing a project in Miami.
Right.
Shoba is doing lots of road shows to the US. So there are movements happening from the US to Dubai. I would say the highest number will go to Indian Americans.
Okay.
Because they know Shoba from India, and the Mac has been popular for years in the US market.
Mac bought the Surfside project, is that correct?
Yeah.
In Miami, where the building collapsed, so that's gonna be their entry project into the US. So
Yeah,
that-
they are having other plans, but that's the major one, yeah.
Right, okay, thank you for that. I think I have one
Sure.
other question in the audience. Beverly? I don't think so, but Eamon, maybe you can answer this. Delin, you might be able to. Is there any countries that are banned from purchasing property in Dubai?
I have not heard of that.
It's not about ban, but it might be like a kind of it's gonna be nearly impossible or very difficult to get the money from that country. Like, for example, nowadays it's
country
very
would that
hard
be?
to get money out of bank in Lebanon. And
Lebanon,
sometimes Iran or
Okay.
Syria.
yep.
So
Okay,
there are places where it's hard to get cash out of it.
yeah, I understand. How about Venezuela? Do you have any problems with Venezuela?
No.
Nope, okay, bring the Venezuelans. All right,
And when money is hard, we use crypto. So good. Another
crypto can solve a lot
solution.
of problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we used to hire a third party for crypto transaction, but the good news nowadays, most of developers, they have their own corporate wallet. So the
Right.
transaction for crypto is directly from the buyer to the developer.
Yeah, I understand. Okay. All right, well, it's actually 4 o'clock, you guys. I can't believe time has flown so fast. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Delin, Eamon, Brian. Etta, you're gonna get your question, or do you have it for Eamon? Delin? Yes, one more question for Delin. Say it again, and I'll say it to her. Yep. Delin, have you made it to any tennis tournaments this year?
No. So I haven't been, but I will say, I mean, the paddle ball is what they call it here, pickleball.
Pickleball. We have
Pickleball.
pickleball too, it's huge.
And so I kept asking last year, is that coming with the new developments? And, of course I was calling it pickleball, but once we established, and I called it properly here, so they, they said, no, not as much. But this year, no, it's like all the developers are putting it in.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, Eamon, you need to give her a little time to go see some tennis tournaments. And we really appreciate your time today. So thank you. Hopefully you'll get to see some of our audience participants in Dubai next month or a month and a half from now. It's coming quickly. And yes, and if you guys are going to pass on your PowerPoint presentations as well. So
Yeah,
thanks, everybody.
100%.
Thank you. Bye. Have a
Thank
good
you
day.
guys, and
Thank
good
you,
night from
everyone.
Dubai.
Okay, thank you.